Hey blog buddies, how you doing? I hope you've had a good week since my last talkie blog. I hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. If you're in a cold part of the world, I'm really sorry, but it's amazing here. The sun is out, it's shining, it's warm. As you can see, it's singlet weather and I'm getting around the house in my jocks because it's pretty warm. So, you know, I'm sorry if it makes you jealous, but it's brilliant here. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about Grindr because, as some of you know, if you've been following my Instagram and my Twitter, and if you've been reading the blog, you'll know that I deleted my Grindr. And one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to spend less time online, kind of just staring at the screen. And that included things like Instagram and Facebook and Grindr and Manhunt and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, Grindr was the first step, and I deleted it about 3 weeks ago. And it's been a pretty awesome 3 weeks, actually. Like, I've had no temptation to get back onto Grindr, and in the last 3 weeks I've had more dates, or I've met up with more people than I did in the entire time that I was on Grindr last year. It's been crazy. And, you know, it's been much more worthwhile. I mean, Grindr has always been sort of a hookup thing, and I guess, like, I was looking for, well, anything really on Grindr. Hookups, relationships, whatever. And one of the things that always frustrated me with Grindr is that I could never really find exactly what I wanted, but also it was just sort of endless chat, you know? Like, I'd hand out my number and very quickly that would separate the men from the boys, you know? The guys who just kind of wanted to chat endlessly and have a relationship by text, and the guys who actually genuinely were out there to meet people. Anyway, so I got frustrated with it and deleted my Grindr. Stupidly, along with a whole lot of people who I was talking to, but hadn't managed to get their contact details first. So, but, you know, I guess maybe it's a test. You know, if people really want to get in touch, there are plenty of ways to get in touch with me anyway. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. But, like I said, since I got rid of my Grindr, I've had, like, more contact with real people than I had, you know, last year on Grindr. So, it's been really worthwhile. I think one of the things that getting rid of Grindr has forced me to do is to actually put myself out there more. So in the last 3 weeks I've been going out, I've been meeting people, I've actually made more of an effort to actually get out and have more face-to-face contact with people, and to go places, to do things, go to the movies, go to restaurants, go to parties, all of that kind of stuff. And I guess what I'm trying to, I guess the moral of the story is that, you know, if you're having trouble meeting people on Grindr, then maybe you should get off Grindr, get rid of it, and actually get out there for some face-to-face time with people. I get asked a lot on the blog and through Formspring by young guys, you know, how do I meet people? How do I meet other gay people? And things like Grindr and Manhunt and all of that electronic stuff is kind of cool when you're first sort of like dipping your feet into it, but if you let it become your whole kind of way of connecting with people socially, you're going to really struggle, I think. And that's what was happening to me. It was the only sort of contact that I was having with people because I was busy with work and other stuff going on in my life as well. But if you turn it off, or if you delete it, and you actually get out there, you'll find, like I've found, that, you know, those real connections just make so much more of a difference. And you'll find that there are all kinds of people out there who really want to meet you. And people who, you know, you might chat to and kind of never meet, but when you have a face-to-face with them, it actually inspires you to have more connection and meet with them, and it inspires them to have a greater connection and meet with you as well. So that's been my experience so far of deleting Grindr. It's been really, really good. And the Grindr people are probably going to hate me for this, but I would say to everybody out there who is having trouble meeting people, who is having trouble, you know, making real connections and finding really good friends, to delete your Grindr. Delete your Grindr and start having proper connections with people, proper relationships, proper face-to-face time. Go and have coffee, go and have movies, all of that kind of stuff. Because I have to say, in the last 3 weeks, I've had a ball. And, you know, it's not normally like me to get kind of wrapped up in, you know, online Grindr and stuff like that, I always approached it with a real grain of salt, and I always approached it with a kind of, okay, whatever happens, happens attitude. But in many ways, it was actually stopping me from, I guess, meeting my full potential as far as going out and meeting new people. You know, you kind of go, oh, I don't need to go out tonight, and then you sit at home for 6 hours on Grindr. You know, what is the point in that? When you could have been spending those 6 hours down the pub or out with friends or, you know, at a club, actually meeting real cool people. So, for all of you guys out there who are asking me how do I meet people, you know what? Take a leap of faith, get off your computers, get off Facebook, get off Grindr, and actually start going out to parties, start mingling with people at work, join a sports team, and I promise you, you'll meet really cool people. Anyway, that's where I'm at. My next video will be an Australia Day video because I missed out on doing the Christmas video because of the Grinch. But I will do an Australia Day one, so that's coming up this long weekend. There's going to be lots of Australianisms in there for you guys, and I hope you tune in for that. Anyway, peace, happiness, abundance, and infinite love to you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.